Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM. If you're interested in sponsoring my show, you can send me an email to the Mike Wagner Show at gmail.com, or you could also donate to the podcast. Just go to the donate listen site, and you can also donate whatever you like. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. For those who are interested, Anchor can give you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. We've got creation tools, allows you to record and edit podcasts so it sounds great, and they'll distribute the podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple, Google, many more. And you can make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. So download the Anchor app for free or go to Anchor FM to get started.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We're here with a wonderful lady from Las Vegas, Nevada. She's in some number of projects called The Oath, To Kill a Cop, Barred at the Bar, just landed a lead in a little bit of a comedy mashup. And also she's been a writer, and she's also done just a number of things, basically from the Sin City area. She's been a content writer, software and programmer, the booth babe in all places. Born in Pennsylvania, she plunged into the entertainment capital world young enough to get in the bright light big city, and it's all worth it right here. So live, ladies and gentlemen, from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, the very multi-talented Tonya Todd. Tonya, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate you having me here.
Not a problem. So you're in a movie called The Oath, which is an outbreak, a TV movie filming in Las Vegas. You also been in To Kill a Cop, which is being filmed, and you're also an education coordinator for the Henderson's writing group. And you also do dime grinds, and you're on diversity panel. You're on the Morning Sacrifice, and you're also a contributor to National Public Radio's Desert Companion or Dessert Companion. It's not Prairie Home, that's for sure. And just a lot of things. So I guess I don't know where to start, but before we get all into that, tell us how I got started.
Well, I started in the entertainment industry based on a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Something came to mind, and I started writing it, jotting it down, didn't think it was anything, but then it took over, was 200,000 words, and I realized I better start trying to structure this into an actual story or series or something. And I joined the Henderson Writers Group, and they've helped me learn the basics and educate myself about plot, structure, marketing, all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you started off as a writer. That's what it sounded like.
Yes, very much so. And I was still, a software programmer at that point. Didn't tell anyone I was writing. It was a big secret.
Mm-hmm. But of course, you had to keep it in code, though. That's what you have to tell it. I keep things in code.
Right.
And of course, what was that one moment that influenced you into getting into writing? The precise moment.
It was that dream. I mean, it wouldn't stop bugging me. I used to dabble with writing. I did it for fun, but this would not let go of me. It kept going, and it expanded into 7 different stories. Not the same idea, just the writing bug really hit me with that one story. And so I have multiple projects going on now.
Mm-hmm. And of course, tell us about some of the books you got out right now, and what are some of the things you're working on as we speak as being an author.
Well, that particular story ended up being a series. So I finished writing the first book in that series, and I'm currently querying that for an agent. I've written short stories that are in authors. There's a book called Author Portraits, Las Vegas. I have a short story in that. I have a larger short story, which is a vampire story, and it's Tales from the Silver State 4, and that's a local anthology here.
Wow. Okay, that is amazing too. And of course, you've also got some in the works as well too. And you venture, say, from some software programming to being a writer. And tell us about the next step. What happened after writing?
Well, I am no longer a software programmer. The owner of that company came to me and said that he could no longer pay me. He had to lay me off, but he knew a friend that he thought I should meet who's in the acting industry and modeling industry, and he said he thought I'd be good at that. The really odd thing about that is a huge basis for the book that I wrote, is that she quits her job to become an actress. I never told him about the book.
but after this interview, then he'll know about it, I'm sure.
It was just crazy the way it manifested into my life, and so many other things have happened in that way.
And of course, who are some of your favorite writers, back in the day, as well as, say, favorite actors, singers, models, and everything growing up, favorite-wise?
Wow. Well, I'm a big Jane Austen fan. I love William Shakespeare, which is a big reason why I do Bard at the Bar. I like Charles Dickens, Jesmond Ward. Man, there's so many. Toni Morrison. I could go on and on with authors. Some of my favorite actors. Well, my absolute favorite is Michelle Pfeiffer. She is always going to be my number one.
That is amazing, too. And, of course, we'll talk about Bard at the Bar as well, too. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We're here with actress and writer Tonya Todd from Las Vegas, Nevada. She just landed the lead at Bar at the Bards, which is a debut mashup of Caesar and Cleopatra. She's been in 4 of them this year. You also published a book called Arthur's Portrait, which came out in October. You've also been involved with the Oath Outbreak TV movie, currently filming in Las Vegas. Also in To Kill a Cop, Dime Grinds, and a lot more. Just a plethora of what she has. And let's talk about Bar at the Bars as well, too. And tell us about that and how you got first involved.
Well, I used to be involved with a group called Shakespeare Institute of Las Vegas. And some of the people in that group broke off and created their own group called Bard at the Bar, where they would perform condensed versions of Shakespeare's plays, like 1-hour versions, maybe up to an hour and 20 minutes, in a bar right there, not on a stage, but close enough to touch the audience and perhaps use them as part of the production. Now, I wouldn't call it interactive. We don't force people to do anything. It's not like that, but it's very, very intimate. And I think that the Bard would love the concept. When they first got started, they asked me to play Titania, who's Queen of the Fairies. And it was, yes, I would love to be your queen.
Let's hear a little bit of the lines from Bar at the Bar. Now that you mentioned you want to be a queen, my fairest maiden from sinneth of the city.
Oh, what angel wakes me from my flowery bed? I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again.
That's going to take me a while to figure out. I have to go to the bar to be a bard on that one. Doth very well, my fair maiden. Thou thanketh thee thy gracious. Ugh, I got brush up on my Shakespeare, I'll tell you that. And where can we find Bar at the Bards at?
They have a website, and they also have a Facebook group and Instagram.
Okay.
Art at the Bar.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You also been involved with the Youth Outbreak as well, too, a TV movie currently filmed in Las Vegas. You can tell us about that one.
That is a pilot that has been filmed here in Las Vegas. We are hoping, fingers crossed, that it's going to get picked up in the next month or so.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I signed an NDA. I can't really talk much about that one.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, just a little bit of it, and just give us an idea and what part you'll have and everything. So we're looking forward to that as well too. And you also have been in. I'm just trying to see what else you had. Also with To Kill a Cop, which we talked about a little bit as well too. The Old Outbreak, and what are some of the other projects you have in the works as well for 2020?
Are you talking acting or writing?
We can do both.
Well, I do have an upcoming film that was scheduled to film right before I did Cleopatra, but the director, she was very gracious, and she suggested that we just bump the date a little bit. And that is another one where I have the lead, and I'm really, really excited to work with her again. It's B. Danielle Watkins. So that's going to be filmed in May. And then for writing, I have the upcoming Las Vegas Writers Conference. That's April 2nd through the 4th, where we have Brenda Drake as our keynote speaker. She's going to come and teach her master class as well about plotting your novel. She's pretty infamous for pitch wars and pit mad. She works on Twitter to help people get published, or at least get a mentor to help revise their book to the point where a literary agent would pick them up.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is something. You got a lot in the works as well, too. If you were to choose between actress and a writer, what would you do?
Oh, that's very tough because I love them both so much. But writing would edge out just a little bit. I get the biggest high from that.
Fair enough. And maybe you can take your writing and write a screenplay, and you can be in acting. What do you think about that?
That is on my agenda for this year. I am going to write my first screenplay.
Oh, really? And I'd like to hear more about it, unless you don't want to disclose it yet.
Well, I have two in mind. One, I just want to take that first book that I wrote and use that to practice writing a screenplay and to work it into maybe the pilot for a web series. That's because I met someone at the Las Vegas Writers Conference a few years ago who said, "You're an actress. You should be pitching this as a miniseries, not as a book." But I was too new to acting then and didn't think, that was just beyond my dreams at that point. But I've since learned if you don't go after it, you're not going to get it. So you may as well try.
Right.
And the other one is a short film called The Cage. And that's more of a tragic, it's a tragic story. Of a woman who's with a man she loves who treats her more like a pet than a wife.
Interesting. That is interesting. And it almost sounds like that. It sounds like that's what some people treat, people these days as pets. And do you think that's reflective of today's society or so?
I'm not sure. I mean, a lot of my stories seem to focus around struggles with relationships and desires, and it all circles back to that eventually, whether it's a vampire story or I don't know, just an unhappy marriage. It all comes down to that.
Okay. All right, we'll talk about some of the other films you have as well too. According to IMDb, you listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We're here with actress and writer Tonya Todd from Las Vegas, Nevada. She's been in The Oath, To Kill a Cop, Bar at the Bar, which she's performed for us just a little bit. You can catch her at any Las Vegas bar somewhere on the Strip or downtown area. And she's also wrote authors' portraits and also talk about Tales from the Silver State, the fourth as well, too. And also been a contributor to NPR's Desert Companion, or Dessert Companion, as they say, too. And, and what's that?
It's Desert Companion.
Desert Companion. Okay, gotta remember it's in the desert here. Besides To Kill a Cop and The Oath as well, too, you've been in Second Chances, Aspect of an Angel, and also expanded a little bit, like with Show Dogs and The Girl in the Apartment 2 as well, too. And tell us all about those.
Girl in Apartment 2 is my first starring role. I had previously worked with that director as just, kind of a featured extra. That she gave me a line or two for that, and then she came to me and said she liked what I did in the acting workshop that preceded that show, and so it's a silent film, and so it was a good exercise. That character messed with my head a little bit. She's not the nicest person in the world. And after filming, it was like midnight in the parking lot, and I walked out and there were people out there and I thought they better watch out. And then I realized, oh, wait, no, I'm not her. I better watch out. I should just carefully walk to my car and not get into an altercation with people just because she's wicked.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like to me, and as you reinforce, a lot of themes seem to be around, like with Reluctant Heroes, and also Good and Evil, and try and figure out which way to go and everything else. So what are some of the things that people learn from the movies as well, too, or some of your works?
Well, I do think that they learn to be more tolerant and accepting of people who are different from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And to just in general be kinder and better to people in the world.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a really good point as well, too. And you also been in, like we mentioned, in NPR's as well, too. And that was the Desert Program, which was, I'm trying to remember, it's not Tales from the Silver State, but it was, I'm trying to think now. Desert Companion, that's it. Okay, I'm just having one of those moments as well, too. So tell us about that and how you first got involved.
I met one of the editors at a literary function here. I attend a lot of literary functions. I try to be a good literary citizen. I happened to meet him at a local bookstore and asked him, how do you pitch to be part of your program? And he said, here's my email address. And I gave him a few things and he sent a few back to me, and, we just started working together. One of the things I did, which was his suggestion, was theater etiquette. Because, too often people will show up in shorts and flip-flops when it's the theater. You need to respect the venue. It's not a movie theater. It is, it's a dramatic theater. So that one was fun.
I think that's really good advice as well, too. It's like, yeah, don't show up in shorts and flip-flops. It's like, dress professional. I think that's something that people need to learn. And I think that's a good thing to keep in mind. So I think I need to remember that at times, too. So. Of course, you also spend your time revising novels, and, you talk about your blogs, reading, baking, modeling, acting, and everything else. And, of course, if you did some modeling as well, too, or who are some of the things you modeled with, or what have you done in terms of modeling?
I've done some jewelry and a little bit of clothing. I do a lot of convention modeling. That's basically inviting people into the booth, sometimes getting their information and sometimes just feeding them to the salespeople. But you meet a lot of interesting people doing that. They're just you're exposed to so many different types of people, and that all feeds my writing.
Uh-huh. And so basically what you've done, like with the reading, baking, modeling, and work on your blog and whatever else, or, say taking care of pets or whatever, doing something every day, it all comes down just putting things into your writing, if I get that right.
That kind of happens when you're an author. You can't escape it. You'll, have an elevator ride. Well, something will happen that just sparks a story. 2 days ago, I was sitting in a library and some woman came in there. Her phone started ringing very loudly. And then to me, it was just hilarious. It is so loud. And she gets on the phone and she says, "I'm in a library." That. Like, this is a thing that actually happened, So that is definitely going to find its way into some story.
That's interesting. And how about some other funny moments that you encountered that can potentially work its way into a story?
Well, one of those things that manifested was I wrote a book, I started writing a book about a woman who is already an established author, but she's trying to expand her brand and be taken more seriously. She goes to London to research her book. Well, I ended up going to London and researching partly for this book.
Wow.
And while I was there, I decided I would emulate some of the characters that I write about so I can see how they are dealt with in real life situations.
Mm-hmm.
One of my characters has this strange exercise regime that she does in public because it's just more convenient for her, and she doesn't care what people think about her. It's, you know what, I'm never going to see these people again. If it bothers them, then it's their problem. So I forced myself to do that in the park. And as I was doing so, a group of children on a field trip walked by and were pointing and laughing at me, which I would not have thought of on my own for the story, but you can bet it's going to find its way into that.
We'll be looking for that as well, too. And once again, tell us about what books you have currently online right now, and where can we purchase?
Author Portraits LV and Tales from the Silver State 4, they're both on Amazon.
They're on Amazon. And once again, tell us more about Tales of a Silver State 4, and what's that about again? That
is a Nevada anthology. So it had to do with redemption. Everyone had to put in a story that had to do with redemption and took place in Nevada. And mine is a story of a vampire's redemption.
That is interesting. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
That is really tough. Right now, I would say Gregory Compass. He has helped me believe in myself. He saw something in me when at least I didn't see it, and he nurtured me, mentored me, and inspired me. Mm-hmm. And he's actually going to be on the faculty for the Las Vegas Writers Conference this year.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's good timing. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Keep going and don't let anyone steal your dreams from you.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's really good, too. And Tonya, just want to say a big thank you for your time. Looking forward to you having again soon. Keep us up to date. Tell everybody, once again, your upcoming projects, your website, how do people contact you, and where can people purchase or listen or purchase your books?
Well, the easy thing is to just Google Tonya Todd if you're just looking to make it easy. But my website is mstonyatodd.com. And you can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Ms. Tonya Todd.
That is fantastic. Once again, Tonya Todd, actress and writer from Las Vegas. I'd like to thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And do us a favor, keep us up to date. Maybe we'll see you at the bar at the bar, my fairest lady.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.